Okay, so real quick before we even get into this, you're a newcomer
Yes.
to American country radio. However, this is now your third album.
Yes, man. I've had a decade career in Canada that I've already established. And, unfortunately, I couldn't bring that down here with me, so it's basically starting at point A.
So what is it about Canadian country artists? Because traditionally, and that's something people don't think about very often, you don't think of Canada as being this hotbed of country music, but it is.
I mean, in certain areas more so than others.
Well, I've got friends in Saskatchewan, and they're like huge country fans.
Yes, and I got a lot of relatives there. My biggest fan base is there. All my records were bought there. All my relatives.
Why is it that that country musicians from Canada kind of have a hard time getting established here in the States?
Just, it's one thing getting the music and stuff down here, but it's another thing being Canadian and getting all the visas and all that stuff. It's just a whole rigmarole to try and get down here. And, I've been around to every label at one point or another and got turned down. And, because at the time they didn't think I was ready. And, I never did give up. And, always constantly made those trips back and forth and got in their face as much as possible.
So you're like 10 years into this, and nobody has given you the credit for everything that you've done up to this point now.
The past couple of years, though, doors have been opening, and it's kind of been really paying off.
I wish we had, because I'm sorry, Canada and America, we're like brothers. It really is. I mean, our militaries work together. There's look at half of the comedians and
brothers
actors
from other mothers.
Yeah, it really is. We're like brothers from other mothers, and it's kind of like people don't give the credit to Canadian artists that they should. But I mean, like Emerson Drive and Terry Clark and George Canyon, yourself, Paul Brandt. I mean, there's a lot of great people that come out of there. So
there is, and we're all just as hardworking as anybody, and we just have the dream and goal, and we want to get the music heard just as much.
So you've got 2 platinum albums in Canada.
Yes.
And you're newly signed.
Two albums that went plywood. And the second one went tinfoil.
One's like sheetrock. We're going to play the song Crazy Days here in just a second. Newly signed to Big Machine Records, which is a great place to be. I mean, you got people that deal with Big Machine.
They know how to burn some dust and eat my rubber.
Well, I was going to say, you got Taylor Swift. You're on the same label as Taylor.
Yeah.
And I don't know, because Garth isn't technically on Big Machine, but isn't he distributed?
Yes, that's what I've heard, yeah.
And Trisha Yearwood, and so it's a good place to be, man. Finally.
Yeah, Garth is, he could be doing better, of course, but
he's retired. Well, all right, hang tight. We're going to come right back here in just a moment. Adam Gregory in the studio. Hang on, it's Big D and Bubba.